What do y'all? It's your boy Durag Dave.
Jump from YouTube, man. What's up with it, y'all?
We back again with some more Clouted reaction. Shout out Clouted, shout out Thug, and we out this bitch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out the whole gang, man. You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying? Uh,
Today he sent us some videos. He said, man, tell me what y'all think about these fake gangster rapper children, the parents, and these niggas. What Eminem say? His name is Clarence. He goes to a private school.
bro, like the fascination of the streets to me, fool, from a young bro. Just because your daddy and your mama was a gangster and was in that neighborhood doesn't mean you're a gangster, fool.
It doesn't mean it at all.
You know what I'm saying? Those folk, bro, they bust their ass, fool, so you won't have to go through the
Do
shit
that
they
shit.
did.
Yeah, exactly. So
But we
like,
gonna hop into it though, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, let's hop into that and see. Let's take a gander at it. How shall
And I
we?
said, y'all ugly as a motherfucker, but y'all just go about it, you know?
My son raps. His name is Tut Tarantino.
Wait, what?
My son, right?
What's his name?
He raps under Tut Tarantino. His real name is Elijah Irvin.
Okay.
But listen, get this out. I swear, if you go on iTunes and listen to him, he raps about some of the hardest stuff in the world. And I say to him, son, you grew up in a 20,000 square foot gated community home.
Gangster rappers will have their credibility questioned by rival rappers, street figures, and even online
I sure
bloggers.
seen
But
it
sometimes the person trying to expose them is their own mother and father.
Yeah.
Homo, NFL cartel is a fake. He ain't never been shot. He shot himself in the mother leg. He ain't no gangster. He can't fight. If you kick the left leg, you gonna get him because he got a hole in that mother.
This woman is the mother of
Damn,
Houston
mama.
rapper Cartel Bo, and
Damn.
through trying to
Big ass
expose her
Cartel Bo.
son, she also
big
ended up
nigga
Talking
exposing
crazy
herself.
about his mama, fool.
Here, hit this nigga. Yeah.
He was talking crazy about his mama. He said, man, hey, that man, he was on an interview, fool. I remember somebody reacted to it. But that nigga like, man, my mama can't get a goddamn thing from me. She can't have shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna tell a nigga how to, like, you know, deal with that mama situation. Me and my mama not fucking with each other, Chad. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you 'cause I'm a real nigga.
Hit the boom.
Bro,
button.
man, I ain't gonna lie, fool. Like, I feel a certain way about her. But at the end of the day, still love her. Still wish them nothing but the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I may not can be around it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Cartel ass going crazy. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
That nigga, and she going in. She said, "He ain't do shit."
Man, say he can't fight. Say he got shot in the leg. Say you kick the leg, the other one gonna fall or something.
That
Damn.
shit crazy. Let's see what this shit got to say, bro.
Cartel Bo is an upcoming rapper in Houston and did time in prison for possession of firearms. So nobody ever questioned the legitimacy of any of his lyrics
I hate his
until
tank
March
top.
of 2026
Bro, I
when a
showed
now
him that
infamous
video.
documentary was filmed about the neighborhood he grew up in.
Cartel Bo's done Rico time in the federal penitentiary, and he's a hood legend who's well respected in Houston. He takes
They
us
used to play
through his block
football,
that
man.
locals call
What they
Murderwood,
saying?
and he shows us what life is like there.
And throughout this film, Cartel Bo was very unapologetic about the lifestyle he supposedly leads.
Cause Lakewood is like we play a cool for real, but we definitely gangsters for real. Like, it's the most dangerous hood in the city of Houston, man. This is? Yeah, you ain't coming out. Don't come over here. We go everywhere. They ain't coming. They don't come over here.
However, many people took issue with
That's
Lakewood's
just
apparent
not nothing to brag on, though. I hate when niggas say shit like that. That's just not something that just like. I just feel like you saying that about a neighborhood, be like, bro, can anybody come over here, fool? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I see what you saying, but like, you gotta think about that, like, when you push shit out there, like, cause rappers don't think about the sponsorship and endorsements they gonna get along the way, and how all this shit look bad on them niggas. Like,
Nigga, I dropped a Pooh Shiesty skit. Nigga, I lost a partnership.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you will lose a lot of shit saying stupid
Hell
shit.
yeah, that shit scare him away.
Yeah, so like you gotta control yourself, fool. Like, and I know niggas' brains ain't developed and shit, but y'all need to literally be quiet first, listen first, and speak last. Cause y'all niggas be putting your foot in your mouth.
They just used to glorifying this shit, fool. Like, they
Stupid.
think that shit cool, fool. And then, you know, you see these other, you know what I'm saying, other motherfuckers who in the suburbs got 2-parent households and shit. you know what I'm saying? They come up being around them niggas, and they just all of a sudden just think they, hell nah, fool. Like, you nice as hell, fool. You ain't never been through none of that.
And it ain't nothing wrong with that. Go play
There
a
ain't
fucking
nothing
sport.
wrong with it at all.
Go play a fucking sport. Go to college. You can still do all of the shit without shooting at people doing drugs, selling drugs. It's way more fun that way anyways. It's way more fun.
And you know who gonna tell you that? A nigga that's in jail for doing that type of shit.
It's way more fun to live regular life. It's way more.
A nigga with a suit is more powerful than a nigga in the street.
And that's real. That's fucking real.
Y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
They not ready for that fucking conversation. They not ready for that fucking conversation.
Nickname Murderwood. On Facebook, the Union for the Houston Police Department wrote, "Hey, Tommy G," in reference to the YouTuber that filmed the video. "No one in Houston calls Lakewood by the name of Murderwood. We'll watch the video and fact check the rest of it for you." The police also shared the screenshot of several people discussing whether anyone had ever referred to Lakewood as Murderwood. The police also wrote, "The last time Warren Brown made a video with this many views, he and all his friends went to the federal pen." The reason why Cartel Bo served time in jail was for brandishing weapons when shooting the music video for his song Hoova at a school. And throughout this comment section, this Houston police Facebook page mercilessly trolled Cartel Bo. They tagged the Houston crime page, Grizzy's Hood News, and wrote, "We need some community notes from Grizzy's Hood News peeps." Grizzy's Hood News responded with, "I plead the fifth," to which the Houston Police Department responded, "That's how you're supposed to speak to someone making a documentary about your hood. Hashtag self-snitching." The police took further issue with this part of the
police department on his ass too?
How long did you live in this area for?
My whole life.
Which they responded with, "Go find an arrest record with the Lakewood address in the last decade. We'll wait." They also shared this image from 2025 of Cartel Bo being arrested in a suburban area of Houston where he supposedly lives. Another part of the video the police took issue with was this comment about a recent murder.
Right around the corner on the way down here, that freeway you exited, that's where that body was hanging with the body on fire.
And the Houston Police Union responded, "The body was found right around the corner, 2.5 miles away in a different neighborhood." And Grizzly Hood News replied to it with, "Yes, and it wasn't street beef, it was homeless people." The final inaccuracy they found was this section.
Past 3 weeks, the sheriff's office has not immediately booked some probation violators into the jail.
Here, the documentary used news footage that came from Houston County in Georgia instead of Houston City in Texas. To make matters worse, the police officers union shared another screenshot and captioned it with, "The prosecution rests, Your Honor." This was a post from Cartel Bo's mother, which read, "As his mom let life hit him. All the lies he told on me, the family can't stand him. He hasn't seen his grandma who raised him for almost a year. SMH, embarrassing. I'm from Lakewood. He's not. And it's not bad. No such thing as Murderwood." But there is actually a lot more to the story than meets the eye. Cartel Bo soon did an interview for Fox 26 Houston and gave his side of the story. First of all, he claimed that his original arrest in 2018 was a setup. In Texas, you are allowed to carry a weapon, but not in public buildings like schools. However, this was an abandoned school.
They tried to pretty much slander and destroy our names with false information by saying and telling the news, which are public news reports, that we were at a school and the school was open and children was leaving the school. And
that's back in 2018.
Yes. Now, that came out in federal court to be a lie. That was a lie, and HPD didn't have anybody to go to the courtroom to make an excuse to explain those lies. That school was shut down for Hurricane Harvey. And the part of the reason that we wanted to use a destroyed school is because it's the look of a destroyed school and a destroyed park. We haven't gone to that park all our lives. I'm not saying that this is right or this is wrong, whether this is that, because those kids that were there was kids of the people who were there that wanted to meet me. But we don't get that type of aggression when you go to these Trump rallies, these MAGA rallies, and all these Proud Boys walking around with this, that, and other. We particularly went down for felon in possession of a firearm and nothing else. We didn't commit any crimes. We didn't hurt anybody, but it is what it is. We took our punishment to the chin. I got the most time. I took responsibility, this, that, and other, because it was time handed out.
As well as being a famous rapper, what makes Cartel Bo so respected in Houston is the work he does in the community.
Not only that, I provide jobs for multiple staff members. I have a trucking company that I created, and specifically to hire felons to fight recidivism. I've went international with that. Over 20 million views, over 70,000 comments on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram. So people know me as the guy who gives the felons a second chance. You know what I'm saying? I provide haircuts for single mothers with little boys. Free haircuts. I provide that at my recording studio. It's also at that same recording studio, I also give the youth and kids of the age of 18 free studio time to help give back. You know what I'm saying? I've been with Rap A Lot and the J Prince family, giving away baby milk, giving away food, giving away clothes, and all kind of other things. So since I changed my life and I got a recording deal and I've been rapping and entertaining, I've been acting, I've been doing all this other stuff, I don't live that life no more. But there are particular individuals, you know what I'm saying, that I must say, you know, that I feel like are racist and that are harassing me because I wasn't the percent of those that they tried to banish and destroy forever.
However, when it came to addressing the inaccuracies in the documentary, he said the following.
So, Dummy G is a well-known person who goes and does documentaries of hoods. I'm not actively in the hood, this, that, and other one. I don't care, but he wanted to go to my hood. Everybody know my hood. I'm famous for my hood, this, that, and other. So I go over there, take him over here, and I take him something. He's like, man, what's this, that, and other? Is this like this? Is this like this? I'm like, okay. Well, this happened right here off of Wayside by 16. You know, this is my side of town. This, that, and other. This happened over here at the Blue Store that we at right now. This happened over here, and taking them and
like a tour.
Yeah, I'm showing them the cases. Literally, taking. Well, this is the stuff that be going on over here where I'm from. This, that, and other. You understand what I'm saying? When I was over here, we used to call it Murderwood. We was kids. That was like every hood that's supposed to be Wood, they always have a nickname to try to make their hood seem. And that's common consensus.
And you're saying, like, as kids, they make up nicknames, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the reality.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I am an entertainer. So I am for doing whatever I'm doing as an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go there. You feel me? But I'm taking them to real situations, showing them what's really going on. I'm not on there saying I did it. I'm not on there saying I'm the roughest, toughest, baddest man in town.
And there's a moment where Cartel Bo explains that this feud is about far more than the documentary. Despite serving his time, the police have been trying to sabotage his...
That's where you lose me, though, because I'm confused. So, like you're saying is, you just said that for entertainment. You just saying you did that. This is what it was when you was a kid. That's why. That's like me saying some shit like Murder 8. This just be happening over here, Murder 8. Like I told you, I didn't know it was called Murder 8, and I lived my whole life until you said it. I was just walking down the street, like I just live my life. Yes, shit do be happening, but do I pay attention to it? No. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he lying. I feel like he lying.
I ain't gonna. Yeah, it do give out that he kind of lied a little bit too, like, because like, I mean, he could say it was just entertainment if he's on TV, but it's like the way it's like looking, it's like he low key contradicting himself low key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit is like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's continue to watch this. Maybe it'll make sense as we let him continue to talk, but.
I've been on the Texas tour, right? So we go to Waco. The Houston Police Department.
It just seems like
Waco
the niggas are
Waco that you got a violent gang member that's coming down there trying to do a show. There's going to be violence and there's going to be. Y'all need to watch out for them. When we got there, they had the place surrounded before anybody even got there. When we got there, they told us, hey, we had a call. We got a heads up that we had a violent gang member on the way to our town. This show needs to eat early. What's going on? They walked through the whole venue the entire time trying to make people leave. They forced half the crowd to leave, you know what I'm saying, just being petty because people didn't want to be around all that extra police activity. Cool. The other cities didn't pay that much attention, but I had a show in Lubbock. They had the police there in 9 o'clock. Lubbock also told us that the Houston Police Department called and tipped them off, and they told them that we had gotten to a fight and had a shot at Austin. I've never had any violence. I never had any fights.
We're going to take a quick break here and come back.
The Houston Police Union responded, "We all must have misunderstood the original Murderwood video on YouTube. We perceived everything was being presented as factual. Now it's clear it was just for entertainment and not actually a real thing." They also pushed back pretty strongly against claims that they were canceling his shows. A statement read, "Cartel Bo had been telling people that Houston police are calling venues and trying to get his shows canceled. That is 100% false. We're not attacking him. We are questioning his credibility for calling Lakewood Murderwood. No one calls it that. There have been 2 murders in the area. He is on probation with 4 domestic violence cases. But the situation with his mom is where things..."
Bingo.
Damn.
There we go.
And the police not lying. You did the records.
Damn. Them niggas.
This is like you calling Riley Murder 8, but nobody calls it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
it's just
saying.
the country.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
That's wild. And Houston police on his ass.
Look,
God
it's a Lakeland
damn!
in Memphis.
Get off
Like,
my dick. Leave me the fuck alone. Y'all got shit better else to do, bro.
That's
What I would've
crazy.
said.
I don't know why they on his ass. Like, they like exposing the shit out of him.
They hate this nigga or something.
Damn. But domestic violence, like, charges is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he beating his woman and shit?
I don't know. Let's see. He may be beating his mama. Shit.
Really get interesting. Long before the documentary was released, there was a very public back and forth between Cartel Bo and his mother and how he wasn't financially supporting her.
I'm Natalie Stewart, Cartel Bo mama. This don't do for me, and I don't give a. He don't do for my mother, mama, who he say raised him. I raised that mother. I'm the one kept jobs. I'm the one kept him in court. Then you want to sit up and talk about all these that this woman, but this pregnant with his twins right now. This come visit my house yesterday. I ain't changed that baby. I ain't touched that baby milk. While I'm gone, though, he steals my mother TV off my mother wall.
Damn.
He stole my goddamn TV. Hobo NFL cartel is a fake. He ain't never been shot. He shot himself in the mother leg. He ain't no gangster.
And when these accusations were put to Cartel Bo, the interviewer was taken aback by his response.
You had a similar situation where, you know, your mom came on the internet and just started, you know, bashing you, essentially saying that you weren't doing much for her, and you came back.
Yeah, I ain't doing shit for her. Yeah, I ain't doing a thing for her. What you saying? Boy, you know
that's
I went through
out like, damn.
You know, I don't have, like, you gotta understand, I don't have, just because you and your mama got a relationship, you don't know my, you know what I'm saying?
Then Cartel Bo gave a rather disturbing account of his own childhood.
When I was born, I was 1 year old. I'm gonna give you a rundown. When I was 1 year old, right? She was still in high school. You feel me? So she had me. She was drunk, pulled up in a red drop top convertible. My cousin Jay Ton and my granny in the yard. Drunk in the bitch. I'm in the back in the car seat. Jay Ton snatched the car seat out while she bag out skirt and this, that, and other, and get on down the freeway. They say my mama didn't see me again until I was 2. Right? So when she did see me, granny had been taking care of me. Granny had been doing that, but she was pregnant with my sister. So it was just so much, like, gang, I've been with granny my whole life. You hear me? So I did to my pre-K, granny. Kindergarten, granny. First grade, granny house. I ain't talking about granny with her. Well, she was wherever the fuck she was at. 7th grade, they sent me over there to try to stay for a little bit. Came back in 3 months. Tony started, you know what I'm saying, with my ass. 3rd grade, went out there about 3-4 months. Came back before the Christmas break. You know what I'm saying? Her husband putting his hands on me. Granny don't like this. Bring my baby back over here. 5th grade, same thing. But by the time the 5th grade did, she actually did something about it. Like, you keep putting your hands on my child, baby, because the nigga had beat me to a bloody pulp in real life. That's not, like, China, you gotta understand this lady, you don't understand, like, the
as a 5th grader?
As a 5th grader. No, that happened in the 4th grade. I was going to Bush Elementary, so I was on punishment, wasn't supposed to be watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Nigga came in the house. My sister told on me just whoop, whoop, whoop. Then they tied me up with the orange extension cords and beat the shit out of me with the black ones until I started bleeding. No, he tied me with the black ones and beat the shit out of me with the orange extension cords, the garage ones, until I was just blood everywhere.
So Cartel Bo seems to have exaggerated and, fictionalized certain elements, but definitely had a very difficult upbringing. Our next rapper, however, is an example of a clear-cut fraud.
This one crazy.
Tut Tarantino was very much part of the drill scene in the late 2010s. In the song Back Then, he talks about freeing his homies down in the county.
Free my niggas sitting down in that county.
I used to get rich off of busting them drugs.
I used to get rich off of busting them drugs.
And riding in the hood with that K.
Sitting, I was right around the hood with the K.
His music gave the impression that he had gone through a lot and triumphed over adversity, got it out the hood. The reality could not be
the money
more different.
My son raps. His name is Tut Tarantino.
Wait, what?
My son, right?
What's his name?
His career.
He raps under Tut Tarantino. His real name is Elijah Irvin.
Okay.
But listen, get this out. I swear, if you go on iTunes and listen to him, he raps about some of the hardest stuff in the world. And I say to him, son, you grew up in a 20,000 square foot gated community home.
Tut Tarantino is the son of NFL legend Michael Irvin, who has mixed feelings about his son pursuing a career which involves lying about the amazing upbringing he gave him.
Your son is using your childhood to rap about.
Oh, my God, right. I worked hard to get you out of this, and you rapping right back to it. What is going on?
Then the white,
it blows my mind, man. I'm telling you, if you listen, you'll be like...
You can't rap about a private education.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I'm sorry.
Private schools his whole life. His whole life.
You grew up in a family of 17 kids in 2 bedrooms.
Right. And he rapping about my days. Right. That's what trips me out. And the guy just tells me, and Michael, this is how young kids express themselves. You just got to let them go through this and everything. I'm like, well is this any reflection on my parenting?
But what's mom think about this?
Well, for a long time, he wouldn't let mom hear his music. You know, she don't want to hear it, Dad. Don't let her hear it. And I couldn't hear it for a while. And then I finally heard it because he started getting out on iTunes to get a couple albums out. Then I was like, oh, man. I'm like, man, I mean, you sat next to me every Sunday in church. Did any of that get to you? Did you hear any of that? It's just funny stuff, man.
However, Irvin did not leave things there. 4 years.
That's some embarrassing shit.
Hey, it's bad food when people find out that you a fake gangster, but it's even worse when your parents get on video and like, nigga, you know damn well you ain't did none of this shit.
That's some embarrassing shit, bro.
Now I ain't gonna lie, fool. I get it. Like, you know, parents might not know, you know what I'm saying, what, you know, their kids be going through, you know, mentally. And,
yeah, that's understandable.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't be gangster fool in a penthouse and shit like that, man.
Nigga think he Tariq off power. Let me tell you something, bro.
Hell nah. Niggas, bro,
you can
rap.
You can rap, but you don't gotta rap about with a K, drugs, all that. You know what he should have said? I know one nigga on some Lil Durk shit. They Lil Durk know everybody. I know one nigga, and it's hard. Just sing.
I ain't about Lil Durk though. He know everybody. Everybody told on his ass though.
TBD.
Nah, he like nah, it ain't everybody, nigga. It was you.
To be determined, goddammit.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
Later, he went on another unprompted rant about his son's rap career.
I want to go with guys and you're tearing up careers. I mean, we got to be good enough in the neighborhood to know when God has touched somebody with that gift that time is talking about and be good enough to say, hey, man, you shouldn't be around here. You shouldn't be doing things. You got a chance to do it the right way and change a lot of lives and help out our people. And we got to be strong enough to do that.
After this interview, Van Lathan tried to get his son on his podcast and tweeted, "So I reached out to Michael Irvin's son, Tut Tarantino, to do higher learning. He told me he was free in about 45 days. He's in a Texas prison. Looks like it's a multi-use facility for substance abuse, but definitely a prison." And whether Michael Irvin meant it or not, he gave his son's rap career an unexpected boost.
Michael Irvin did what no PR could do. He got Tut Tarantino played on the radio. He did. We would not even know who Tut Tarantino is or his music if Michael Irvin did not get on television
great marketing.
and say that. So grand opening.
But also
grand closing. Okay, grand closing. Because I
Yes.
respect what Michael Irvin did. If more parents did that, it would be more fraudulent rappers shutting the hell up and sitting down. Because the problem historically with fraudulent rappers is that the only people calling them out was other rappers. We need the parents to call their lying kids out.
However, when Michael Irvin appeared on It Is What It Is, Cameron called him out for hating on his son.
Before we get into sports, because we got to get into sports, I have one problem though, Mike. Why are you hating on Tut Tarantino's career, man? What's the problem? That's just so.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, why you hating on it?
Everybody went out saying Michael Irvin calls his son a liar. Wait a minute, stop. I'm not calling my son a liar. I'm saying we romanticize and fantasize thug life, and he was rapping about the same things, thug life. He's not out here killing people, I hope. I surely hope.
You
I
hope.
hope he's not shooting people. You know what I mean? But I will say this, that no one knew. And I said that passionately at the time. My son was locked up on a concealed charge at the time. you see. Right. At that time, he was locked up. And that's why I probably said it with a little bit too much passion, and all of a sudden everybody took, I'm calling him a liar. So that's where all of that went.
Tut Tarantino has
I'm
publicly
gonna just say
responded to
this,
these
man. Since
comments
Michael
and took
Irvin ain't
issue
gonna
with
say it, bro. He was pretty much talking about his upbringing and what he has became,
I'm not
or around or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Which he didn't have to become.
However he want to flip it, spin it, turn it around. You didn't do that shit. You may have
Nah,
done
hell
it.
nah, he didn't do that shit.
You may have did drugs, sold it, but that was on your own fruition. You did not have to do that shit. You didn't have
Nigga jumped out the porch at 22, didn't
he? We finna see, because he finna explain it. He on this damn couch.
the claim that his home was 20,000 square feet.
Like he said, I grew up in a 20,000 square foot, and it's not that big. I ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't 20,000.
Yeah.
He gassed the
15?
fuck out of that. Not even 15.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter, but you know what I'm saying? He was exactly.
Nigga, you was still in the suburbs, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? He a personality, an entertainer, bro. Y'all like, man, come on, man.
And this comment only made things worse.
Yeah,
I don't give a if it was 1 square feet. Right, nah, bro. Not like that, bro. Not like that. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the bear off your back, but you're trying to discredit what your father said. Bro, stop it, bro. Stop it. Living your truth.
Yeah.
Rap about your truth.
Yeah.
Don't rap about what the trend is. Don't talk about a dress like what the trend is. Living your truth.
And while it is easy to make fun of Tut Tarantino, Joe Budden, who exaggerated his life in his early music, felt that he should still be allowed to rap about these things too.
That was my right.
That's
my right. That's my artistic
he
freedom
can,
of
but it's
speech
like,
right to lie in my music as a way to create not only an alter identity for myself, but create the path for myself that I want to make.
True.
He should be able to do those things without his famous one of the best wide receiver ever had dad blowing up the spot.
There are countless rappers who've embellished their backgrounds when pursuing their career. Some exaggerated a little bit, but for the most part, most of them weren't as high and mighty as having somebody who is their father being one of the most successful professional athletes in American history. Our next example is arguably one of the...
Pause it for me, cuz. The thing is, like, man, it's like, can you even fault them niggas, fool, for real?
For who?
Because it's like, some of the niggas we grew up thinking is gangster as hell, fool, showed their true colors. After that Gucci shit, fool, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, bro. I don't want to hear that shit.
I definitely, hell no, I wouldn't be the person to, but you know, it's like,
you can lie, but once I find out you lying a little bit, it kind of deteriorates this shit for me. Cause I'm not saying I listen to rap for true. I listen to rap to feel good. But if you would, okay, drill rap is about the shit you see. Let me go to that category.
Yeah.
Dead fasting, drill rap, gangster rap, that category, you low key, 80% of the shit you say you gotta do. 80%.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that's just me personally. I'm not saying you gotta die or crash out currently while you're rapping, but like, it could be past instances. It could be people you know. It could be people you know.
Yeah.
But
be on some Don Toliver shit. Fuck it.
But yeah, be on. But like, I don't like that shit. Cause the money, T.I. song, the money, J. Cole shit. Like, you don't gotta like be on that crash out shit, fool. That's the only thing I be saying, fool. I don't like that shit.
Are they doing what their friends want to do, fool, and doing? You know what I'm saying? Them niggas
make it fun,
they
though.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, you can make it fun.
All it takes, they want to be like, man, this shit ass, man. You need to be what we on. Then there it is.
No, they're like, bro, I can't do that.
A lot of people can't tell their friends no, fool.
Shit.
The greatest New York rappers of all time. In 2022, Jadakiss appeared on the Joe Budden podcast with his father, who revealed a little too much about his past.
Since he became a father, he just came to appreciate growing up in a two-parent household Actually, it was a label that he didn't really want to talk about because it wasn't street. I mean, and he didn't tell you he went to private school, and we had
that wasn't.
And this news for some people cast a shadow over his music.
And it shocked me. Here it is, this guy talking about cutting up bricks and all the rest of that stuff.
2 years ago. He said it 2 years ago. I remember that shit. Hold on, wait, let him finish.
Damn, imagine niggas who was thinking Jadakiss was the hardest nigga ever.
Let him finish this last part. Hold on. I'm finna get on this shit. Hold on.
All the years. Ever since I heard from the Locks and Jadakiss, the first time I heard from them which was the early 90s, off of, I think it was DJ Clue Desert Storm mixtape or something like that. They've always been talking about the streets. So you've been lying for the last 30 years, my man? And that's crazy to me.
But if you have a deeper knowledge of Jadakiss's music, you'll know that he sometimes references his education and family in the music. That being said, the majority of his lyrics portray himself as a gangster.
You know, I know some of you all are going to use the cop out. Well, you know, Jadakiss, he did mention in one of his lyrics that, you know, he had two-parent household and he went to such. Yeah, once or twice probably. How many times have he rapped about coke? Straight up. That's
man, that nigga sold more dope than anybody.
Rapped about crack. And
other than Pusha T.
Let me tell you something, fool.
Bro, him and Pusha T, bro, sold the most crack ever.
I'm gonna say
according to them niggas.
If Styles P and his other partner, I forgot his other partner name, let him say all this shit knowing that. Here's my thing with Jadakiss. I feel like, cause I think that he said some of his parents are like immigrants or some shit like that, or like they Haitian or some shit. I don't know. But they do be putting their kids in private school. That don't mean these little niggas gonna be good and they be in the projects or they be in the hood shit still.
Right.
They just don't go to school with the niggas in the neighborhood. I'm gonna give Jadakiss this cop out for that. But here's my problem. Like the dude said, he rap about cocaine more than he do his family food.
Yes.
So that's where the fucking misconstruction come from.
Did he sell cocaine?
That's what they said.
Is that what they said or this nigga said?
He said, yeah. You said that nigga all this talking about cracking it and serving it up. That's what he said.
So that's what Jadakiss was saying.
That's what he said.
Boy.
Razor blades, straight razors.
Bro, every song for every line. That nigga has a bar for Coke. And I ain't talking about Coca-Cola.
I still like Jadakiss though. It's not as bad as like Tarantino or like the Bo nigga. This one not as bad.
Yeah.
Because it's New York and he was still in Yonkers. Fool. It wasn't like the nigga was in Manhattan or like New Jersey, Staten Island. Like he was in the hood of fucking Yonkers, bro. So I give it to him. Now,
so let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is worse though? This Jadakiss situation or Tony Ayo?
What you mean?
You know, Tony Ayo, he went to a private school.
Yeah, but Tony Ayo was in the hood still. That's what I was saying. Like, and his mother and father are Haitian. So Haitian parents and all immigrants, they like to put their kids in private schools, but they'll be living in dead ass the projects, fool.
Type shit.
Yeah, they be living dead ass. Like he told us, so he's like, bro, yeah, I went to private school, but then I would get on the bus and go back to Southside, and they would whoop my ass for my jacket.
Shit. He showed did say this. I ain't try to try you, Tony.
No. I'm just saying. No, you just asking the question.
Niggas grade shit differently now. It's like know.
Yeah, they do grade shit differently for sure. Let's finish this shit though.
Selling crack in the streets and shit like that.
However, many people have given further context to the situation and what private school means in New York.
You have to understand something about New York culture. A lot of people go to private school in New York, all right? My cousin went to private school, but he was in and out of jail. He did a lot of street. Okay, that don't mean nothing when you're in the streets. Yeah. The streets don't care if you went to a super private school, okay? They don't care if you Muslim, they don't care anything. The minute you leave that school and you on a block and you exposed to the elements that's on the streets.
That's what I said.
That's it.
It is true.
It's literally what I just said. New York is different.
I had run-ins with dudes that was from private school. Dudes from private school jump people, all right? Some of the most biggest notorious gangsters from New York went to private school, all right? Private school in New York is
So what about the performing arts shit with Tupac then?
Oh shit. I mean, but
come on, let's talk about it. They love bringing this shit up my nigga.
But they saying though, like drug dealing though. You know, Pac didn't do a lot of drug dealing, fool. He did.
That nigga definitely sold drugs, fool.
He did, but he wasn't like the big cocaine or shit. Like he did, but that's what they was talking about, fool.
That nigga was on the block, fool.
I agree, but that's what they talking about with that shit. Like he wouldn't just like
So a nigga gotta be Al Pacino or some shit. Scarface.
You know that's how them rappers be, fool. They be like, you gotta be Al Pacino or some shit. You can't just be. I mean, you could be a like little, like you sell little drugs every now and again, but like they were just like. I just feel like Tupac did everything. I feel like he lived up to the hype for me. He don't have to prove nothing to me. He is the GOAT. I don't give a fuck if he didn't sell drugs. So
it just like we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Video gonna be an hour.
Only difference is you just wear a uniform.
And if Jadakiss was completely lying about his lifestyle, this would have been found out a lot earlier.
If Jadakiss was so flawed, this would have been out. Like, this would have been exposed. Beanie Siegel, when they were beefing with Jada and all of that, they would have been had information like that and used it against them. 50 Cent would have got the information, used it against them. It ain't that. Now, we can't say, what we can say is Jadakiss ain't no Soulja Slim, King Von, Bloodhound Lil Jeff, just a step up like, I crush shit. Like, he not that, but he don't put out that type of music. Jadakiss never put out the type of music that it may lead to somebody hustling, but he never really put out no stepping, like I'm gonna crush you, like I'm a cold-blooded monster. He don't put out that type of music. He tells stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How it is in the hood, how it is hustling, trust the dude, going to the feds, get snitched on, stuff like that, hood tales.
And Jadakiss has responded to
it ain't nothing wrong with it. That's my problem. That's what I'm saying. Like Tarantino, my girlfriend, he could have said that. He could have been on some hood tale shit.
Yeah.
Like that. You don't have
he substituted himself.
Yeah, you don't have to put yourself in it. You can talk about other things that you know about in the area or from. You don't have to actually say this shit.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying.
Back he's received from this news, particularly coming from a two-parent home.
Yeah, we had both of our parents. Do that mean we wasn't in the street? No. Do that mean our household, we had gold spoons? No. My mom's she bust that. My pops was on drugs. He was able to shake back. I was outside doing shit. I was smart in school. I was athletic, and I was outside. Just ask the people. Just ask the cops. Just ask anybody you want to ask. For some reason, these people you can't be standing up to your word if you have both of your parents. Are you some type of asshole? It's a blessing to have both of your parents if you can have both of your parents.
There's ultimately no shortage of rappers who've exaggerated or embellished parts of their past, and many new rappers that have come from very, very privileged upbringings, such as an Alabama Barker, who has been trying to get into the rap game for quite a while. Hip-hop is, or should be, or has been, all about authenticity, if you ask a lot of people, but also about expression and creativity. And whether someone is deemed real or fake doesn't matter as much as it once did, especially if they're able to pull a rabbit out of a hat and deliver a hit song. But unfortunately, we haven't seen that from many of the candidates for at least street rap with a privileged background that have tried to come up in the past years.
All right. Oh shit. My fault. I had dipped out that motherfucker real quick. Okay.
Bro. I just feel like the thing is like with rappers and shit, like they gotta understand, like, bro, like people like be like really listening to this shit. And then it's like
they gonna ask you questions.
Like,
they gonna read into that shit.
Tarantino bullshitting. Like, he the worst nigga on this list for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like Jadakiss straight. I feel like that cartel bullshit, like that's just some childhood trauma beefing with his mama type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Other shit, yeah.
Yeah. So but the police was exposing that nigga.
The
So it was
only
like,
flaw, the police was on his ass. Like, damn.
Yeah.
You want a donation? Shit.
Yeah, that was on his ass.
He's on his ass. But look, the only flaw shit Jadakiss did was cut his hair bald, nigga. Nigga had a hairline the whole time, fool. You flaw ass niggas. He had niggas shaving they shit off to be bald. Fool.
That was Tupac, nigga.
Well, not him. I'm talking about that nigga went bald. He had a hair. That nigga had hair. He had the choice, nigga.
So that nigga just said, "Fuck it, I'm going bald."
Fuck it, just
nigga on some new me, new year type shit.
I like hell nah, but they clown that nigga for that shit. But nah, I just feel like the rappers just need to just be yourself, rap about some chill shit.
Yeah.
All the other shit would put you in jail, and you would not make nearly as much money as you can make being violent opposed to being non-violent. Just saying.
Man, the street life is so glorified, man, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with being just a normal nigga.
Nothing at all.
Ain't nothing wrong with like working a 9 to 5, being a businessman.
Nothing.
A content creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
streamers
bro,
are way
nothing's
better than
wrong
rappers
with
nowadays.
this.
In 2026, streamers are way better than rappers these days. Pick up a mic, pick up a camera, go record yourself live for 48 hours and see how and clip yourself. That should promote way quicker, probably, way faster than a rap career. Just saying.
Yeah. Who you think the rapper's going to?
Just saying, y'all stay dangerous, like I always be saying. It's your boy Dave.
Joe from YouTube, cuz.
We out this motherfucker. Sub up, like, share, subscribe.